Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Time for the 1 week update on the Spyderco Salt 2 and LC220N steel. So far, so good. I'm really liking it. Um, I don't like it as much as I like the Native 5 lightweight, and this has Spy 27 steel. Um, but they're pretty close. I like both of them. Um, yeah, so far so good. Um, the steel, the LC200N, has been excellent. Um, I haven't hard used it really, just my normal, box cardboard cutting, plastic strap cutting, plastics, um, stretch wrap cutting. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of cardboard with it, but I haven't had to sharpen it. It is still sharp. Um, I did notice testing, doing paper cut test, that it was catching just a little bit right around here, and I did strap it a little bit, and it still might be dragging right there, but you can see nice and smooth, clean cuts. I got down too far, something on that one, but yeah, I strapped it on my strap maybe 10 times per side, and definitely made that a little bit better. Um, I didn't notice really a flat spot. I didn't notice a roll there. It just, for some reason, it was kind of hanging up, dragging a little bit. So that's all I've done. Strapped it maybe 10 times per side. Just, I'm telling you, it's practically as sharp as it was out of the box. As far as this blade shape, it's a little different than the Delica 4. It's got more of a sheep's foot tip on it. Um, I like it. That works great, especially for like utility type cuts, especially draw cuts. I do them a lot, and yeah, it's just excellent blade shape for what I use the knife for, and I dropped it. Um, I like that. I like this blade shape too, and Nader 5 for the same reasons. I do a lot of draw cuts. This is easy to get the tip down, but this works really well. I like that. No complaints with the blade shape or the steel so far. Ergos on this are pretty good. I understand why people like the Delica 4. Feels good in hand. You can choke up on the Ricasso here, front of the handle scale. I have no problem. The thumb ramp for this largest Spidey hole is quite steep. Sometimes if I'm way up on the handle like this, that's crowding my thumb. Otherwise, backwards I should be. I have no issues with that. And you are locked in. You're not. It's not going anywhere. Um, so the ergos are good. Um, like I said, I understand why people like the Delica 4. I do like the feel of the Native 5 in my hand better. It's a little taller. They're about the same thickness as far as the handle, but this has a forward finger choil. It's a little taller, fills my hand better, but this is not bad. Can't complain. It's thin. It kind of reminds me of the Benchmade 940 Osborne with a slender handle. I have no issues with that. Really, no issues with this. Um, action on this thing. You know, it is a lock back, so it's not super fidgety, it's not super fast. I slow roll it. I'm used to that. Because I carried this for 2 months. I cannot flick this thing open any way possible. I always slow rolled it like that. Now this closes a little easier. Drop it down 4-finger chill on your finger and it just drops easier. This takes a little more, and you have your finger up high enough, the ricasso here hits your finger, so that's okay, and then you close it. Now this I can usually flick it out with my thumb, but there's no way I cannot Spidey flick this at all. I mean, I have to really throw my arm out to Spidey flick it. I don't care. I'm used to the slow roll. I carried the Buck 110 Sport for 30 days. That's slower opening than any of these. Definitely that's a two-hand close. This. Several ways you can close it one-handed. So I have no issues with that. That's fine with me. The carry, super light. Now I can't remember how much it weighs. It's under 2 ounces. I think 1.9 ounces. Super lightweight. Yeah, slender handle. You do have, it's quite wide this way. Takes up a little room in pocket. A little more so than the Native 5. You can see Native 5 is a little shorter, but I don't really notice that, so that's okay. Yeah, super lightweight. Pretty, it's not overly thick. It's pretty thin, and it carries good. This pocket clip, I have a standard clip that's coated. Supposed to be titanium. Kind of feels it, but yeah. I mean, you can see how much of it sticks out of the pocket. That's not my style. I immediately on the Native 5 bought a lynch clip, deep carry lynch clip, put it on almost immediately. I ordered them the same time. I said I was going to try this clip, and as far as going in and out of pocket, it's fine. Absolutely perfect. The clip lands on the Spyderco Salt 2 logo, so no issues in and out of pocket. In fact, getting out of pocket, it is a lot easier. I admit it. With that much of the knife sticking out, it is so much easier just to grab, get a hold of, pull out, and actually put back in. I just don't like that much of this bright green sticking out of my pocket. I'm dealing with it. But the other thing, I feel the tip of that clip. I feel it. There's no way around it. The back end is perfect. You don't notice that at all. I noticed that. Now, hasn't bothered me so much that I'd say it was a hot spot yet for the amount of time I've used it at once. But I feel it. I notice it. I know it's there. I can feel it. So eventually, I think I will get a deep carry clip. I'll probably get a lynch clip. The long Spyderco clip. Supposed to fit these Medallica 4s and stuff like that. So I'll try it. Maybe I'll order one before the the 30 days is up to see how that works. But for now, I'm keeping this. just because, it's a Salt 2, the Salt version is supposed to be corrosion resistant all the way through because everything's coated and stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it on there for now. But other than my personal preference, having that much sticking out, and I can feel that, just kind of bugs me. Hasn't really caused a hot spot yet, but kind of bugs me. Carries good, no doubt about it. Now, talk about the handle. I said the ergos are pretty good, no doubt about it. With the exception that clip, I like the whole handle. I mean, you can use this thing at absolutely any way. Unlike this, because that forward finger choil, it's hard to get different. Not really. I mean, that actually is not bad. But something like this, you're trying, yeah, it's not so good that way. This, honestly, you can hold any way possible. The FRN, I like it. I like the texturing, the bidirectional pattern on this. It's actually a little more, just slightly more aggressive than on the Native 5 lightweight. They're pretty close. But one thing, this has a little more jimping up on top in the scales. This little back spacer's got lines in it. See if I can show you. Although they're not really raised up, it actually gives a little bit of grip. The fact that it has no liners does not bother me. They're solid. Native 5 does not have liners either, although these feel a little bit stiffer. But these were way a lot stiffer than the Grivory scales on my bug out, which I had no problem with. They worked fine. I did change those out to G10 scales, but yeah, no issues with this FRN. No issues. There's no bearings, no bushings, no washers. In the pivot, there's none on the Native 5 either. I have no issues with that. I put the Native 5 through a lot harder use than almost any knife I have. I carried this for 2 months. I used it for everything. This got harder use than the Benchmade 940. And I probably won't do that kind of stuff with this. If I do, I'm hoping I do so I can really test out the steel. But I have no fear, no issues with the FRN. I like it. I do not mind FRN. So yeah, I mean, sum it all up, so far after 1 week, I'm liking the Salt 2. The steel's holding up great. I like carrying it. Makes a great EDC knife. Man, not much to complain about except for maybe that clip. Oh, one thing, the scales, the FRN scales, the inner edge on this one, there's no sharp edges. You don't feel anything. Even on the Native 5 right here on the points, it's a little grabby, it's a little sharp. Most of it's pretty good. This, the inner edge, it's nice. No sharp edges. No sharp edges anywhere. Everything's nice and smooth. Fit and finish on this is excellent. Blade centering is still good. Yeah, it looks about as close to dead shaking the whole table. Looks about as good, as dead center as it can possibly be. And yeah, when it's locked up, there's no blade play, left, right, up, down, nothing. So it's a little stiffer than the Native 5, but yeah, I guess that's about it. Week 1 update. So far, so good. I'm liking it. So keep on the lookout for more updates. And I guess that's it. Do the usual like, comment, subscribe. Until next video. Bye.